Good morning, everybody.
I'm Daryl.
I'm Angelique.
I'm Tanita.
I'm Christelle.
We're going to show a short tutorial about map overview.
Adding Ajax.
YUI example.
YUI overview.
Enjoy!
Hello guys, welcome to my tutorial. So this tutorial is all about map overview using JavaScript API. So we have your web page for that tutorial, adding a Google Map with a marker to your website. Introduction. This tutorial show you how to add a simple Google Map with a marker to a web page. It shows people with beginner or intermediate knowledge of HTML and CSS and a little knowledge of JavaScript. For an advantage guide to creating map, read developer guide. So we have an example, a Google Map demo. In the code. So what we're going to do is just follow the instructions. So we have a 3 steps to create a Google Map with a marker on your web page. Number one is create an HTML web page. So we have a code. Then okay. Step number two, add a map with marker. This section show you how to load the map JavaScript API into your web page and how to write your own JavaScript that uses the API to add a map with a marker on it. So this is the code. Okay, now step 3. Get an API key. This section explains how to authenticate your app to a map JavaScript API using your own API key. Follow this step to get an API key. Number one, go to the Google Cloud Platform console. Click Google Cloud Platform console. Then number 2, create or select a project. Create. 3, click continue to enable the API and any related service. 4, on the credential page, get an API key and set the API key restriction. API restriction. Okay, this is my project. Create a project. Loading. Then create. Okay, create. Or organization. Ay, cut ko na kan. Cut ko na. Stop. Okay. Number 10. Load the HTML file in a web browser by dragging it from your desktop onto your browser. Alternatively, double-clicking the file works on most operating systems. So let's save my file. And this code, let's save. Let's save. Then open. Open Google Map demo. Oops, something went wrong. The page didn't load Google Maps currently. See the JavaScript console for technical detail. So let's go to get my API key. Click APIs. Okay. Click distance matrix. Then click credentials. So this is my API key. So copy this, then paste it to your key. Paste my key. And click save. Then reload this page. Okay, now it's working. So this is my first Google Map. So thanks for watching.
Hello everybody, my topic is all about adding Ajax. So we're going to create some codes for add on how we add Ajax. We use Notepad++ for 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 running it. So this is the code. Body section of HTML has the div section and one button. This section will be used to display the information returned from the server. This button calls the function name load XML doc, close open parentheses, and the head section. Where's the head? The head section of the HTML file has a script tag which contains the load XML doc open parenthesis function. This is the contents of load XML doc. This is the function in the head section. And the most important things of Ajax and the XML HTTP request object, it is used to exchange data with the server, and all modern browsers support the object. So the syntax to create an XML HTTP request object is variable equals new. The variable equals new. And the XML HTTP request, but at the same time, the syntax to create old version of Internet Explorer that uses an ActiveX object is variable equals new active object. This is the Microsoft.xm HTTP. This is the XML HTTP request and how Ajax perform to call a function. And in order to handle all the modern browsers, it needs to check if the browser support the XML HTTP request object. If it does, it creates an XML HTTP request object. Then it will send the request to the server, and the method of the XML HTTP request object called open close open parenthesis and send open and close parenthesis. So that's it. So let's save this code. Save. o.html. Save. So this is the output. Thank you.
My topic is all about YUI example. Example, creating an arrow event for DOM this subscription. This example illustrates how to use synthetic event creation API will create an arrow event that fires and responsible to the user, freezing the arrow case up, down, left, right, and adds a direction property to the generated event. Subscribing to this new event will look like this. Node that on open parenthesis arrow on arrow handler close parenthesis. Support will also be added for the delegation allowing a single subscriber from a node higher for the DOM3 to listen for the new event emanating from this distant element. On and detached moments in the configuration, typical the condition triggering the event firing is set up in the on phase. This is the code for synthetic DOM event. This. Here. Thank you.
Hello. Hi. My topic is all about YUI overview. YUI is the Yahoo User Interface Library, a framework and collection of JavaScript and CSS components, along with some related tools, intended to make cross-browser web development faster and easier. It includes components for doing DOM manipulation, making Ajax requests, creating various types of widgets, and more. YUI was developed internally at Yahoo, and then released as open source under a BSD license in early 2006. Since then, the library has continued to grow and evolve thanks to a core engineering team at Yahoo, and contribution from hundreds of open source developers around the world. The YUI project has also grown to include a yearly conference, YUI Conf, that brings together front-end engineers from around the world to discuss YUI and related topics. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my topic is all about CSS YUI. CSS base, the files base, CSS and base context CSS are deprecated. Use CSS base and CSS base instead. CSS base is an optional CSS file that complements YUI core CSS foundation, CSS reset, and CSS fonts. CSS base applies a style foundation for HTML elements that is consistent for baseline browsers. CSS YUI may also be useful as a template for your own base file or a snippets library for styling HTML elements. To use CSS base, include the following source file in your web page: global versus contextual. YUI CSS resources apply roles to HTML elements directly using type selectors. An alternative version of the resource is available that target elements by context only. This contextual context CSS version selects HTML elements only when they descend from the classmate. Using CSS based in a specific context. If you're using the contextual version, CSS based rules are only applied to elements that descend from a node with a class value of YUI. The classmate can go as high in the DOM tree as desired, including on the HTML element directly. Because CSS examples are susceptible to other CSS on the page, this sample is only available in a new window at the above link. Thank you.
Ikaw na. Output. Pwede sa output. Kanan i-click ang local. Nakapaligid ngayon na.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Daryl. Everybody, I'm Daryl. I'm Anthony. I'm Crystal. We're going to create we assume that